Okay, I've been doing a morning routine for years. I'm 53 now. I can't think when I started a morning routine, but we'd probably be talking the last 10 years. And things have definitely changed over those last 10 years in terms of things I've added in and I've taken out and the length of time. At the moment, it's around about an hour and it does the things you expect it to do. It wakes me up, gets me physically and mentally ready for the day. But here's the key: the single best thing that I've ever had in my morning routine is something manual. That's why I say do manual things. So, what would be an example of a manual thing? What I do is I don't drink coffee, and that's another video for another time. Caffeine does not work well for me. And as I say, that's another video. But what I do is I make coffee for my wife, and I do that manually. So I get out the coffee beans, I weigh them, I put them in the grinder. It is a hand grinder. I grind it, then I make the coffee. Boil the kettle, put it into the pot, pour it through the filter. But it's a very manual process. Now the key is this: because it's manual, it's not taxing me mentally. There's not a huge draw on it, and I'm not dealing with a whole lot of noise that can come with automated objects. So you can imagine coffee grinders, and look, I'm not trying to get you off your coffee grinder, but it makes a lot of noise. But by doing a manual process, it means I can be really thoughtful about the process, really engaged in the process. It's not being done for me. I've got the opportunity to do it. Probably the single most favorite part of it is after I weigh the coffee beans, which is 17 grams per serve, and I put them in the hand grinder, is just grinding them out and then getting the ground beans out of the grinder and cleaning the grinder out with this little brush, that's its purpose to clean it out. So the grinder was absolutely clean before I started and clean afterwards. And that whole process takes a couple of minutes because I'm making two serves. But it means I can just be in the process. It's a great way to just, as I'm waking up, to just do something where I can afford to think about something else and I don't have any rich noises just coming in and invading what is basically my space in the morning, which is the other positive that I experience. I get up before anybody else in this household. So I've got that window for myself. But the single best thing, and what I'm conveying here, is do manual things. So it might be writing a journal. Now, I'd advocate that you literally write it, you don't tap it out on a system. Use a pen, beautiful notebook, and just write out your journal. And again, if you do that in the morning, first thing, I think that's perfect. And it gives you an opportunity to reflect on yesterday and what you want to get done today. Now, the purpose of the journal, what you cover every day, that is up to you. Another manual thing might simply be reading a book. It might be unpacking the dishwasher. It might be giving the kitchen a quick clean and setting it up and having it ready in the morning. So don't think of these things now as tasks or chores, but an opportunity to just get something done early in the morning, have total control over that process, and be ready for the rest of the day. An opportunity to think about other things while you're doing that process. An opportunity to do that one thing, but do it really, really well. So do manual things. You might extend on that. Now, this is going to sound like I'm soapboxing a little bit, so take this with a pinch of salt. But a manual thing might be walking upstairs instead of an escalator. It might be putting a shopping trolley away perfectly where it needs to go rather than dumping it where you think it's safe to leave it. Just doing something really well. And it's a manual thing. It's one of those things people usually think of as a task or a chore. But you're going to make it an opportunity to do something well and just enjoy that process. And I think it's more important now because if we look at the decades that have slid by and we go back 30 or 40 years, now I can do that. As I said, I'm 53. My memory stretches back that far. And maybe for some of you, of course, you're too young. But where I'm going with this is a lot of things that used to be manual are now automated. And there's something we lose in that. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not being a laggard. I love technology, and I'm like many of you are playing a lot in the AI space and understanding what it can and what it can't do. Um, so I embrace that stuff, but keep something manual and make it your thing. So make it something that you want to do. Make it something that enriches your personal standard, something you can perform really well on so you know what excellent looks like and you're able to do it. Something that isn't noisy so you can think during that process, but absolutely do manual things. Think about it. Check it out. Catch you in the next one.